I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL. This video is about a brand new release from the house of Amouroud called Golden Ood. There's also a giveaway, so stay tuned to FM. Amouroud is a fairly new house. They only came onto the market in 2016, but their high-end, luxury, niche quality fragrances are making ripples in the fragrance world. I've certainly tried a few of them. I've been able to try them in Jovoy Mayfair. They're selling them in Harrods and Selfridges, so they are out there. Particularly here in the UK, there are plenty of places that we can go out and smell them. Amouroud are a house that are established in New York, so they are an American brand, and they have a new line of 3 fragrances called the Elixir line. In this line we have Golden Ood, we have Mysterious Rose and Noir Illuminé. The fragrance I'm talking to you about in this video is a fantastic scent called Golden Ood. So called because the Indian agarwood resin used in the fragrance is often referred to as liquid gold. So let's take a closer look at the bottle and the notes. It's classed as a fruity floral gourmand and has notes of Indian oud, Damascus rose and Madagascan vanilla absolute, gaiac wood, orris or iris, patchouli, caramel, tobacco, myrrh, musk, violet, champagne, cassis and heliotrope. First thing to note about this fragrance, which I feel I should do if it's a fragrance that has oud in the name and if the house also has oud in the name. The oud in here is delicately and subtly used. It's quite difficult to pick up on those typical accords you would find with oud, so the barnyard type accord, sometimes a fecal type of accord, sometimes a animalic, skanky type of oudy accord. There's none of that in here. It just seems to be delicately woven throughout the fragrance, and I just think sometimes oud, even if it's not that noticeable as a scent profile itself, it can help just bring the best out of all the other notes used in the fragrance, and I think that's what the oud is doing in here, because I'm definitely not getting a strong oudy smell. The first accord that jumps off my skin to me is, and I've got it sprayed here, is rose. Now, rose can be a funny one with me, although the more I explore fragrances, the more I am finding roses that really vibe with me, that really work with me, that can come across as masculine. Some roses still can smell too feminine to me, but this one definitely doesn't. It's a Damascus rose used in this. The rose seems to be balanced really nicely with a beautiful orris or iris note, and to me it smells like orris butter. So it's got that lovely kind of smooth, almost creamy butteriness that comes along with orris butter, and I think the weight of that orris butter is just helping to take the edge off the rose, so it's stopping the rose, I feel, from becoming too feminine. So if you're a guy and you've got a funny relationship with rose, then I'm with you on that, but don't worry about this scent. You can detect the rose, but it is in such a gorgeous way, balanced so well with the iris, that I find it really wearable. And although it is a very unisex scent, when I'm wearing it, it does feel masculine. I think if a female was wearing it, it would feel very feminine. So it's one of those magical scents that can go either way and work well either way, depending on the sex of the wearer. So underneath these floral components there are some sweeter and some darker notes. There's some caramel and vanilla and tobacco. There's also patchouli in here and woods. So we've got some gaiac woods. So the woods here providing a really good, solid, strong backbone for the fragrance, and the caramel and vanilla giving it a little bit of a gourmandish quality. The tobacco in here is noticeable. Amouroud actually don't officially list tobacco as a note. I mean, it's not on their website, so there's no information about it on there as yet, because it is just a brand new release. They did post something on Instagram where they mentioned a few of the main notes and accords. Tobacco wasn't mentioned, although it is mentioned on Fragrantica, but I do get a bit of tobacco here, not to the point that you would get in, say, Herod or Naxos. It's not that really prominent resinous tobacco. It's a bit more of an airy tobacco, not a leafy tobacco leaf or blonde type of tobacco. It definitely feels like more of a darker tobacco, but it's not really deep and it's not too resinous. So it's this lovely light use of tobacco which combines really well with the florals and with the woods in here and those sweeter gourmandish notes. As it dries down, the rose does fade a little bit, although I think the rose is noticeable throughout the life of the fragrance, and as it does so, the base notes, the sweeter, more gourmandish base notes and the woods just become a little bit more prominent. And rather than picking out individual notes of, say, caramel and vanilla and the tobacco and the patchouli, to me it all just comes off as this lovely, rich, deep, smooth, sensual blend of sweet and woody notes. So it's rich and it's warming, as you would expect from a fragrance called Golden Ood. It definitely has a very opulent and warming aura about it, this one. So just to try and sum up the olfactory profile of this scent, you've got the great pairing of the rose and the orris sitting on top of the base notes, so the darker, sweeter notes, the gourmandish notes of the caramel and vanilla, the resins and the woods, which are really providing weight and structure to the fragrance. All that is intertwined with this lovely Indian agar wood that just seems to just pull everything together, wrap it in this envelope of high quality. Like I said, you're not getting a really strong, potent oud smell from this at all. It's sweet, it's rich, opulent, warming and sensual. So I keep mentioning how sensual this fragrance is, and it really is. It's just so smooth and indulgent and has this intoxicating aura to it, which I think would really draw people in. It projects nicely, but it's never obnoxious. It's never too in anyone's face. I think if you walk into a room, it's not going to fill a room completely. It's not as brash as, say, something like Naxos, but you're definitely going to get noticed. You walk within 2 to 3 meters of people and they're going to get lovely wafts of this scent drifting over. So it does get noticed. So it's definitely not a weak fragrance at all. So because of the nature of this, because it does project nicely and because it is so smooth and inviting, I think it would work really well as a date scent. So what better scent to wear when you're spending an evening with the loved one in your life, to be smelling so inviting and smooth and rich and sensual. It's just what you want. Performance is great. I've touched upon the performance, but the projection is going to give you around 2 to 3 hours if you do get this on clothes, which I always end up spraying on clothes because it does improve the life of a fragrance. So yeah, 2 to 3 hours, and longevity of this, it's going to be 8 to 10 hours, especially, like I say, if you get it on your clothes, it is going to just certainly get through a full day of wearing without really fading away. And for the kind of 8 to 10 hours that I've been wearing this for, I'm getting wafts throughout that time. It's not like towards the end of the fragrance you've really got to dig deep into your skin to pick up on it. The wafts are just drifting up nicely throughout the life of this fragrance. So performance, I wouldn't describe it as a beastly performance, but it is a very, very good performance. Definitely a unisex fragrance. As I said, it could easily be worn by males or females. It's one of those that is straight down the middle, that females would really make this a gorgeously elegant feminine fragrance, and I think males wearing this, I think, would bring out the more masculine and darker notes, making it come across as a very masculine fragrance. So really, really is a wonderful unisex fragrance. Price of this, I'm not too sure. At the time of making this video, which is probably about a week before you're going to see it, so in that time maybe some price information has been released. I do know that usually the Amouroud fragrances sell for around £150, so sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, for 100ml. This is 75ml, but it is extrait, so it's a strong concentration. I'm not sure what price it's going to sell for. I think maybe a little more than the usual line of the 100ml bottles, but as I say, that is just purely guesswork. I spoke to Amouroud at Scent Explore. So I remember talking to them in Milan, and you know what? They're great guys. I got chatting to them at Essence in Milan. So happy to chat, so passionate about their brand and growing their brand and the fragrances that they're releasing. So when I found out they were going to be at Scent Explore, I was really excited that I could connect with them again and pick up where the conversation left off in Italy. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? From Milan to New York. So speaking to Dennis at Scent Explore, He told me that from the date we were at Scent Explore that he thought it was going to release in Harrods in the UK in around 2 weeks' time, so that should be around about now. I checked on Harrods' website, it is not there yet. Whether it is an in-store exclusive, I'm not sure. It might be available in Harrods. If it isn't yet, I think the plan is that it will be available in Harrods very soon. Maybe other department stores will follow suit further down the line. I know that Harvey Nichols and Selfridges do retail Amouroud here in the UK, but I'm not entirely sure when it's going to be in Harrods, when it's going to be available online, whether it's going to be in any other department stores, and of the price. So, you know, it's a bit rubbish really, isn't it? Sorry, I don't have that information for you. Just to make up for that information that I have failed to provide you with through no fault of my own, I may add, but still, I'm going to make up for that and offer you guys a giveaway. Amouroud very kindly gave me samples of their 3 new Elixir fragrances. So we have Golden Ood, which is the one I've just talked about. We have Noir Illuminé, which I have sprayed here and it is beautiful, and Mysterious Rose, which I have sprayed here. Again, it's beautiful. It's definitely heavier on the rose than Golden Ood, but it's really nice. I could totally wear it. If you want to win these new Elixir fragrances, this giveaway is open worldwide. So wherever you are in the world, I will post these samples out and you can experience the brand new line from Amouroud. All you need to do is drop a comment below the video, make sure you like the video, make sure obviously you're subscribed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let this run for about 2 weeks just to give people a chance to see this video and a chance to enter the giveaway. Sometimes I feel like people are leaving comments beyond a week after the video is released hoping to be involved in the giveaway. Happens quite a lot. So I'm going to keep it open a little bit longer. It's going to be 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks time, please do have the responsibility to check back, because what I am going to do is I will notify the winner by replying to their original comment on this video. So please do check back. I will also pin the name of the winner at the top as well. So if you want to win these, get commenting. Let me know where in the world you are. Let me know if you've tried anything else from Amouroud. If you have, let me know your favourites. I know that there's a lot of buzz about this brand at the moment. They're releasing some fantastic fragrances. I have a few bottles here with me now, which I do intend to review. I think the next ones I'm going to talk about are Santal des Indes, or Indies, I think it's called, and also Oud Tabac. Guys, they're both so good. So I'm really looking forward to wearing those a lot more, so I can really get my opinions sorted out, so I can put out reviews of those fragrances. So if you've not tried the house, go out there and smell them. If you're struggling to try them wherever you are in the world, then make sure you enter the giveaway and maybe you'll have a chance to try these 3 brand new ones. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.